Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yola Amelia and welcome to my presentation. Today, I will show you about human microchips. Imagine, imagine if every single piece of ID and personal data that you have will replace with a tiny microchip about the size of grain of rice. An intense debate underway over the benefit and drawback of human microchippings. They are already used to range animal and pet, but the practice of implementing chips in people is also on the rise. Those who embrace the idea say they see it as a way to take back control their personal data. But others are worried about how the data could be used. The first example, Kevin Warwitz, a professor of cybernetics at Reading University in the UK, was the first person to implant microchip in his arm in 1998. The purpose was to check whether his computer wirelessly tracked his movement. In the first experiment, he can open the door, turn on the light, and his computer's device say hello to him. That was amazing. Next, Alex Lewis, an interior designer, businessman, adventure, and motivational speaker. In his age of 38, he got the accident that made him lose all of his four limbs. As protective user, Alex is pathfinder for those with serious medical conditions. Microchip help him to hold medical information, personal data, and also for the simple thing like open a door. This microchip uses a system known as a near-field communication is exactly the same sort of technology used in contactless debit and credit card. Like the bank card, this chip information can be scanned, but it can't transmit. In Sweden, a country supposedly leading the microchip revolution, 2 years ago, Sweden high-speed rail lines implant passengers have put their travel payment on the chips. But the rail company is stopping the experiments because the number of implanted passengers is really small. There is Dr. Jeff Watson, a consultant anesthetic who is driving research into the medical benefits, said this chip can use to store data, store information, a name, address, contact detail, anything you choose to put on there. He admired a case of diabetic who collapsed in the street, and when people don't know what to do, and it take an hour before the ambulance come, with microchip, people can scan the chips, and the simple instruction will come out like, "I'm John, I'm a diabetic, please give me some blah blah blah." He said those kind of thing could make life-changing advance for individual. In other side, microchip have a higher rates too. Gus Hussein, Privacy International in England, assumed that government are keen to capture your fingerprint. They are keen to capture your iris scan, and they want to be able to do this at a distance so they can identify our data. For the second point, some other risks include electrical hazard, adverse tissue reaction, infection, and incompatibility with medical equipment such MRI machines. Then there's the potential risk associated with certain pharmaceutical and the issue of electrosurgical and electromagnetic interference. The memory capacity of subcutaneous microchip is limited. To give you an idea, the RFID available on the market today only allow the data storage of 500 character on average. This is the volume of data to program the chip to open a door, unlock computer, or pay it cafeteria. And the last is security issue. With limited memory, it also contains personal data that can be stolen without you being aware it happening. A hacker equipped with a good reading system will just need to swap over the implant to gather the information on the chips. And this advantage will be different individuals, will be good or bad. So at this point, microchip is poorly voluntary and mainly for higher risk patients such as diabetes, prosthetic user, and for people suffering from Alzheimer. So, what do you think about this? Do you agree with this technology and maybe you will become a cyber people in the future? Or you disagree with this technology? Well, Every technology is open to be abused. But one thing that I need you to know about this, just remember, our creator is created as perfect, and our brain is capable to doing miraculous things. By this statement, the case closed. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope it will be useful for us. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.